for this live encore with Roger D. Guys, if you can hear me loud and clear in the chat box, please give me a big yes. So I make sure you guys can hear us on the live encore here. Just going to make sure you guys can see me. Here we go. Great to see some of our great members here. Welcome to Nancy, to Jason, to Bravo, to Greg, to Tracy, to Marthies, James, Nirav, Margaret. We've got the internet guru here. Amazing. We got Larry here. Welcome to you guys. It's amazing to have you here, and thank you so much for joining us. Listen, yesterday when we put on this training, the reaction has just been ridiculous. It's just been ridiculous. What you're going to learn over the next hour, hour and a half, and Roger just let fly yesterday. What we shared were 3 of the biggest insights that you will get when it comes to e-commerce. Literally, 3 of the greatest insights. And basically what Roger did, I'm not sure if you guys, any of you guys, did you join us for the TEB program last month? Anyone join us for the Total E-Business? Just give me a yes in the chat box if you are a graduate of that TEB. And Brett, if you can help just get Jefferson on, I'd appreciate it. Well, we got Colleen was there, Jason's there, Mary's there, Dave was there, Tracy, Marion, right? It was an amazing program. But what Roger basically did is that he decided that obviously he's going to start out this business in the canvas niche, starting completely from scratch. And what happened is that for 10 days he made 3 major errors. They're 3 major errors that most people who are not succeeding in e-commerce are making. And what Roger realized after 10 days is that there's something not working here. And what he did was to go back to basics. And what you're going to find over the next hour and a half is that you're going to learn the basics of e-commerce to the point that you can gain through this an immunity to Facebook's changes, which you're going to learn about at the end of today's session. Roger's going to share with you the mistakes that he'd made, but most importantly, also the updates in Facebook and how you can maneuver them based on the insights that Roger has gained over the last 30 days. The result, guys, Roger's now doing, he's going to be making in 30 days $170,000 in sales in a brand new niche that 30 days ago he knew nothing about. So I just want to tell you guys that, just one word of warning. Yesterday's training, the reaction that we got was absolutely incredible, just absolutely incredible, which is why we had to cancel the encore last night, and which is why we just invited a small group of our members to this encore right now today. So get ready for this, guys. We're going to go through this. We're here. Jeff is here. We're here to answer your questions. And anything you need, just let us know in the chat box. So if you guys are ready to go, Brett, if you're ready to go, just give me the thumbs up. I can see Brett's ready to go. Just make sure you removed all your distractions, you closed the door, you fed the cat, whatever you need to do in order to be able to focus for the next hour, hour and a half, guys. Give me a big yes in the chat box if you are ready to get started. All right, I can see everyone is ready to go. All right, guys, let's just take a 5-second break. And let's get started with this incredible training. Hey, welcome everybody. Barry Plasko here. We are hitting the hour, and we are joined by the legend of Facebook, Mr. Roger D himself. How you doing, Roger?
Hey, I'm very good, Barry. Thank you so much for asking.
So we're going to share with you today, on today's training, that Roger's major canvas failure. How he overcame Facebook's updates, the constant updates that are happening in Facebook to generate $5,000 a day in sales for his brand new niche business. This is brand new. It's something that he only built 30 days ago, and he did it actually for some of our members in the canvas niche. And we're going to share with you his mistake, how he overcame it, how he's become immune to Facebook changes, and how you can do so as well. This is super important training. So today, we're going to share with you. Yes, Roger, you back?
Yeah, can you hear me loud and clear? Let's test this. I'm on my phone. I don't know why GoToWebinars being kind of a bit of a pain in the you-know-what today. But can you guys hear me loud and clear, guys, better than it was before? It seems that I can hear you guys very clear now.
Yes, it's very clear. Just speak as close to the phone as possible because you're a little bit softer than us. Okay, it's just like you're next to us. Okay, perfect. So guys, today we're going to share with you, Roger Roger and I are going to share with you that Facebook is making major changes. Many users, many marketers are suffering from these changes. They're not immune to them, and it's causing a lot of people to be in a lot of panic, and many people are having major problems. We're going to make sure that we solve that problem. We're going to show you how Roger has turned the tables and is actually using these changes to his advantage. Here's the big news. If you can get an immunity to these changes and have an idea of how to use Facebook regardless of their updates, basically you're going to get yourself a piece of the pie of a market where other people are suffering it. So that's something that's going to be very beneficial for you. So much so that he has actually taken his brand new e-commerce site to $5,000 a day in sales, and that's within 25 days of his initial breakthrough last month. He had 10 days of abject failure, and it's been followed by 25 days of tremendous success. He's now doing $5,000 a day in the Canvas niche, which is unbelievable. And we're going to share that with you coming up. So warning, guys, if you're doing Facebook, if you recognize the importance of Facebook, you need to understand that you have to be updated with what's going on. Otherwise, you're guaranteed to fall into big trouble. So stay tuned for today's very important update. So we're going to share with you how to navigate these changes, the mistake that so many members, and Roger was in fact making in his first 10 days in this brand new niche, and a lot of mistakes that our members, we have seen, are making. We're going to share with you the one idea that took him from failure to 6 figures in a brand new niche in the last 30 days, and what this means to you and how you can apply it right now. You're also going to discover why Roger took 10 days to get any sort of breakthrough. This happened all of about a month and a bit ago. It took him 10 days of horrible failure. Why did that happen? Why did that happen? And why is it happening to perhaps many of you? And that biggest mistake and how you're meant to avoid it. So guys, who here is interested in this very important Facebook update and to discover Roger's new 6-figure breakthrough secret that has allowed him to conquer a brand new market he knew nothing about 30 and a bit days ago? Give me a big I in the chat box, and we're going to get into this right away. Roger, do you have anything you'd like to add before I get into this meat and potatoes?
Yeah, well, maybe I can actually give an update and show people. I got a, Mike was telling me, people would like to see the dashboard and make sure it's not just like a screenshot. So I've got a bit of an update. They take me about 30 seconds. Do you mind if I take the screen for 30 seconds or so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So there we go. And there we go. All right, show this window. Can you guys see my screen there? Can you see my screen, Barry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I took a little bit of a video screenshot. So in the last 30 days, I just wanted to show you how the store was going, give you guys an update. So in the last 30 days, I started like March 20th or something, March 23rd, building up the store. April 1st, we got a couple of good days there. I didn't really have the supplier nailed down. Then I did have the supplier nailed down. We got it up to 4,800 the first, 10, 12 days. I had a $7,800 day this weekend, which was really good. And it's been doing $5,600 to $6,000 a day. We're adding more canvases. We're adding more designs. We've had 800 orders, a total of 96,000. In the last 7 days alone, you can see we've done $44,000. So if you multiply that by 4, that gives you an idea of how much money this thing is going to make every month. If we're doing $44,000 a week, multiply that at 4, you're 180, 175 a month. And we're growing. Every time we add new designs, we start advertising. It's a growing business, but it's a hell of a good start. So give me a big yes in the chat box if you would like to start a business and grow a business quickly like this. Isn't that pretty crazy? Very cool, right? So this is a little bit better than just showing you guys a screenshot where you go, man, is this really, his store, stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys, just show you, what's possible when you do what we're about to share with you here today. So Barry, you can take the screen back, and I just wanted to share with you guys where we were at and how we were doing.
Yeah, Brad, if you can hand that back to me. Roger, just to be clear, that $156,000 that you're projected to make this month, how much of that is profit?
What's really cool with Canvas is my profit margin is very high. So on, let's say, 150,000, once you remove product costs, everything else, I'll be making about 50,000 a month from this, 40 or 50,000 a month.
Wow, guys, this is something that he started 30 days ago. Okay, $50,000 in profit from 30 days of work. Guys, just give me a big OMG. And the funny and the amazing thing about this is that 30 days ago, Roger came online, it was about 35 days ago, came online and said, guys, I'm about to start a new business, and it's going to be my next 7-figure business. He had no idea whether he was actually going to do it. He was so sure he would, but he didn't have a crystal ball. He wasn't 100% sure, but he was 100% sure, but because he knows how to do this. He went into a brand new niche from nothing, $50,000 in profit. This is just insanity. It's insanity, and we need to find out, you need to find out exactly what is going on, and we're going to resolve that issue once and for all for you today. Now, last month, as I just mentioned, he took 100 of our members, and he told us that he was going to embark on a 7-figure business in the Canvas art niche. So we had 100 members that were excited. They joined us for 2 full days, and we revealed absolutely everything of all the things that he was doing, even though he was just starting out and started to get initial traction. And so what happened is, as you can see, that Roger now has got incredible traction. Now, he had 10 days before we got started with that live training, because he didn't want to make a complete idiot of himself, number one. And number two, if he's going to share things that are working, he needed to show our members what's really working. Now, he went through 10 days of hell on earth in order to get a breakthrough, but he got that breakthrough in 10 straight days of work, right? I think we would all donate 10 days of work if we knew we could generate $175,000 in sales in our very first 30 days. But what he had was 10 days of failure. He wasted time, money, energy. Guys, that sound a little bit familiar? Who here feels and has gone through, yes, it's all through Shopify, who here has gone through, wasted time, energy, and money trying to build their business? Roger went through that. Now, he got to the other side. As you can see, Roger's already showed screenshot, actually showed you a video, walked you through his actual store. So 25 days after that initial breakthrough, Roger's doing now over $5,000 a day in sales, projected to make over $150,000, around the 175 mark. That's not bad for a brand new niche that he knew nothing about 30-odd days ago. And this is whilst he mastered Facebook, even though it's going through all of these changes. So you have to understand, he's built a complete immunity to Facebook's changes, and that's something we're going to need to resolve today. So he doesn't worry about what changes may happen to Facebook. He could get at the opposite. Even if Facebook was to completely radically change their advertising platform, and apparently they're going through major changes, it's not going to bother him one little bit. The opposite. Roger, in a funny way, it's probably going to benefit you, because 90% of the potential competition is just going to fall by the wayside whenever there's any sort of change. And because you've built this immunity, it's almost like a blessing for you when you see they make these changes, because you seem to always float to the top. I mean, do you see that as almost as a positive thing at this point?
Yeah, I mean, change is always a good thing. One of the things that I've always said, that immunity of, people saying, well, Facebook's always changing. What's not changing? And I don't care about the Facebook platform. If that's changing, that's fine. What never changes, and you might want to take a note here, because that's what this is what I truly believe, is what has created all this success for myself and my team and stuff. One thing never changes in business and in marketing is if you take the right product and you put it in front of the right person who has that available income, they will buy. That's how I look at Facebook. I don't look at Facebook with all the algorithms and everything else. I just know that if I can put the right thing in front of the right person, and I get the right type of engagement and stuff like that, Facebook's going to do its work. Facebook has a job to do, and that job is to get me buyers. That's how they make their millions and billions of dollars. So as long as I can take the right type of product, stick it in front of the right person, eventually Facebook will figure it out. So that's why it doesn't really scare me, because that's how they make their money, and that's how I make my money as well. So that's my immunity. I just know that if I keep coming out with great products, things that people want to buy, I can keep making money at this for a very long time.
Okay, I just want to make sure you guys are getting this. All right, you put the right products into front of the right audience. We're going to go through this in detail on how you're going to do this. But guys, stay with us. We're going to go through this step by step. And by the end of this, you're going to get the full formula, and you're going to know how to apply it. So guys, please, this is game-changing stuff, and we're going to make sure that if you stay here for the next hour, that you're going to walk away with everything that you need. So, Roger, perhaps you can just share with everyone what is really going on with Facebook right now. And you just mentioned the immunity of what it is in terms of your marketing approach. But what is going on with Facebook, just so that everyone just at least gets a background of understanding why so many marketers are now suffering and are having major problems because of the changes that are starting to occur and will be occurring on the Facebook platform.
Well, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but Facebook is still a pretty young company, guys. You know, Google's been around for 15 years or something, I don't know how long, but they've had a lot of time to kind of like perfect, you know, their system. And Facebook is in a constant change. It is constantly changing its algorithm. It's constantly changing its platform, constantly adding, removing things. And here's something that myself and all of my other, you know, high-level Facebook marketing friends have seen, I've noticed, but every time Facebook does a major update to either their, you know, their infrastructure, the Audience Insights or Power Editor or the Ads Manager or anything like that, it almost seems like you take a step back and you start to see poor performance for a little bit, just because it's like it resets all the algorithms or something like that. So Facebook, you just have to kind of, you know, do a bit of a give and take. When it's great, when you're making a lot of money, spend as much as you can. And I wish I did that more in, you know, last month. Last month was one of our biggest months. Facebook was just really good. It was really going well. This month, it's a little bit slower. It's still really profitable. But I was in Jamaica and I couldn't really spend any time on my Facebook stuff. It still did over $100,000 and some while I was away in Jamaica. But it's just going to show you that there are waves, there are things that are happening. Facebook is a changing machine, and you just have to kind of always have in the back of your head that, again, if you have the right type of hot, you know, wanted products and you put that in front of the right person, you're just going to get the same result, which is you're going to make money. So that's what I've been preaching. That's what, you know, our mastermind members have really come to understand. The real secret is, where do you find those products and how do you find these types of people that will buy them? So we can cover a little bit of that today, but that's the real, you know, my thoughts behind what's going on with Facebook right now.
Exactly. And Colleen's asking, how do you know those right products? That's coming right up. Okay, what does this tell us, though, moving forward, guys? This is very important, is that despite Facebook having a lot of updates, you need to stay aware and up to date with exactly what's working, what isn't working, and even just as much as important as that is making sure that you're keeping true to the very simple fundamentals of Facebook advertising in any type of marketing. What was true of marketing in the 19th century is true in the 20th, will be true on Facebook. Yes, there's some technical maneuvers you're going to need to make. That's absolutely correct. And Roger's spending $120,000 a month on advertising, is probably way over that at this point, Roger. I know this, that was a number I know last time, but it's always growing every week. He knows how to maneuver his way through any of the challenges. And the key that Roger's telling you, which is going to help give you, it's almost like a lighthouse that's going to keep you focused as you go through Facebook, is making sure that you're keeping to the marketing principles that he's already shared with you. All right, that's very important. So stay tuned for updates, guys. Over the next weeks, months, we'll be sharing them with you. As Roger has always been committed to sharing when there are changes, exactly how he's maneuvering through them, keeping true to the marketing principles he just shared with you. So now let's get back, Roger, to the Canvas niche. So you started just over 30 days ago. It started off badly, 10 days of disaster. You had no breakthrough at one point. I remember you getting a little bit nervous. Hey, we're going to be doing a live 2-day webinar sessions with members that joined us for the TEB program. And then you started getting some traction, and then you started to have a breakthrough. So let's go over the mistakes you made, Roger. And guys, everyone here will be able to apply this. As long as you can avoid these mistakes, you can do extremely well. So your first big mistake, Roger, was relying solely on visual in order to sell. Can you explain, first of all, what was happening inside your mind the sort of examples of things you were trying to sell and why you think it wasn't working.
Right. So basically, when I first started out, I put on, let's say, like an elephant on a canvas, a beautiful elephant. My designer, took that and made it stunning. Like, it looked absolutely stunning. And I put that out there, and I put that in front of elephant lovers, going through insights and stuff and finding, elephant groups, support groups, and things like that. And I wasn't able to get a sale. I just was not able to sell. And I, spending money, high cost per click, really high cost per click. Same thing. I'm going to take a beautiful coffee mug, something really nice, and I'm going to put it in front of diehard coffee fans. So I put the mug in front of coffee fans. I'm spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I wish I knew these mistakes that we're sharing with you today. It would probably save me $10,000 because I needed to figure this out for our course that we did last month. So I just went on a rampage and started testing, putting tons of stuff out. And one of the things that I noticed is that it is going to be very hard if you just try to hit the visual basic of a canvas in order for it to sell. It's got to be more than that. And I'm going to show you an example in a second here, but what I realized is every single time that I tried to put an elephant, a coffee, a glass of wine, something like that, and I put it in front of an audience, let's say the motorcycle niche, you put a beautiful motorcycle with the, the mountains in the back and, things like that, and you just had a visual image, my cost per click was like triple. My, I just couldn't get any sales. It's just, it is what it is. So I think on the next slide, I show an example of that. All right, so I guess we can show the solution, but what I found is after doing a ton of research, split testing a ton of stuff, I realized that it's actually a lot easier to sell and get people to click when you use two emotional factors. One being the visual factor of the image, making it absolutely stunning and beautiful and, just making it amazing. And the other thing is having a strong saying, something very, very powerful. So let's go to the next slide. Let me show you an example, okay? So if you look on the left, you've got a cup of coffee and it's got sugar and stuff, and it's okay. It's a canvas. I just found this in Google. It's not something I was trying to sell, but it's just giving you an example. So I know myself, the first thing I like to do, and it's funny, I live in the country and I love Tim Hortons coffee. I know some of you guys probably think it's horrible. It's a horrible coffee. I love it. It's a bad virtue of mine. The first thing I do, like my kids wake me up, I'm all groggy, I'm all pissed off, I make them breakfast just because I'm still, I was working probably the night before until midnight. I make them breakfast, and then my wife comes down and I say, okay, I'm off to get some coffee. And I go out and make a coffee run, okay, and it takes me like 10 minutes to get there and 10 minutes to come back. So for me, the saying on the right is true. I can't function at all, and Barry knows this, he's seen me in action. I need my coffee. I cannot function without a coffee. So give me, tell me in the chat box if you would want to buy the one on the left or the one on the right because of the emotional of like, yes, but first coffee, right? So give me on the left or on the right. Which one would you want? And I'm seeing some left, which is cool. Some people are saying left. 95% of you are saying right, okay? Two reasons why you're saying right. One, visually, the one on the right looks better. Two, it's got a great, cute little saying. And if you're a coffee, fanatic like myself, you're going to want to buy the one on the right just because you love coffee so much, okay? So does that make sense? Barry, how do you use, one of the things that I tested, I take the same image and I was just, superimposing it and putting some really emotional text to it, and my click-through rate and my cost per click went crashing down. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a big yes in the chat box if you get that. And this is just an example. This isn't something I was selling, but it's just an example.
And guys, again, if you look at the example we got here, you may prefer the image on the left to the image on the right. But what Roger's saying is that you test that image on the right without a saying and with a saying, it's gonna the one with the saying is gonna outconvert the one without the saying almost every single time. That is a major breakthrough, and that has reduced costs for Roger tremendously. As you, Roger, what did you say? It was 3 times, 4 times cheaper to be able to.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a huge difference. Absolutely.
All right, so that is point number 1. And here's, Roger, another example here. And guys, you can see exactly the same thing happening. You've got, obviously this is for people that enjoy drinking a glass of wine. One's a bottle of wine with a glass of wine, and the other's got a very cute saying. If you don't like my cooking, have another glass of wine. That's cute. It's funny. There's a bit of humor there. And you can understand. Who here understands why the click-through rates, why the cost of traffic was cheaper for the right-hand side as opposed to the left-hand side? You're tapping into another part of the brain, guys. It's not just hitting people with a nice visual. You're hitting them also with an emotional element as well, which is the saying. Guys, give me a big I get it. If you understand this first point, it is so important. If you understand this, we are 1/3 of the way of understanding the breakthroughs that Roger's had with this canvas niche, which, by the way, you can apply to other niches as well. Okay, everyone's getting it.
Here's the test. Let's do it again just for fun. Which one would you buy, the one on the left or the one on the right? If you're, and then, again, I would be advertising to women. I would be advertising this to women on Facebook. So if you're a woman, which one would you like, the one on the left or the one on the right? 99% of people on the right. It's cute, right? Your friend comes over, you know, your family friends, they come over for, for a nice dinner, and they notice this on your wall. They just start laughing, and they love it, and it's a great conversation piece. Whereas the one on the left, I mean, it's nice, but probably doesn't bring up much conversation.
Good job. Okay, now that's error number 1. He read it, he fixed it, and started getting results. Now, error number 2, and this is also important. This is going back to basic marketing, and it's funny, Roger. You know, when you and I have always done new things together, and it hasn't worked, we've always gone back to the basics of marketing, and then we've managed to solve the problem every single time. So it's funny how you made this error. It's not funny, but it's just, that's what we always end up doing. And then we sort of like take a look at what we just did and say, wait a minute, I never kept to a basic of marketing. So here's error number 2 that Roger made, is that he wasn't finding and he wasn't working with markets with disposable income. Okay, so we got canvas, we got art. That's what we're selling. But the question is, who are we selling to? It's not enough just to sell art, right? When you're selling elephants, a piece of art, you know, it's an elephant in terms of your art. You're not selling a picture of a nice elephant. You're selling that to a very specific audience that has a very deep appreciation for animals and for elephants. So you're going into a market. And the key to your success, and if you are in the canvas niche or any niche, the key to your success in part number 2 is to find markets where people are spending money. Only ever sell to hungry markets that have got dollars to spend. And I can tell you, this is categorical. We meet a lot of people, Roger, at our various events and masterminds. These are people who come to our events, they walk out there, but their business is set up. And one of the big breakthroughs we get every single time is that we have people walking in there thinking they would maybe even know about e-commerce, and then they realize, wait a minute, why am I doing this? Am I selling to the right audience? And that is a mistake that people are making. So guys, again, it's not just what you're selling, but it's who you are selling to. Now, Roger, explain to everyone what's going on between this analysis, this comparison that you're making on this page.
Okay, so when I first started, again, I wanted to, I have another business that's in the new moms market, and our price point there is about $15 to $20 for an item. We sell onesies and shirts and stuff like that. So I knew the market really well. And I decided to, okay, I'm going to create some canvas art, and my canvas stuff, for a small piece starts at $69, and the more expensive one is about $150. So I went into the mom niche, and I tried. They love the design. They love the design. They're like commenting on it. They're saying it's great. They're falling in love with it. They love it, and basically, no one's buying. And everything's right. The design is beautiful. There's a great piece of text over it. It looks great. and the comments that just kept showing up was, oh my God, I wish this was cheaper. I wish I could afford this. I wish I could buy this. It's beautiful. And comments just kept coming and coming and coming on the comments page on my Facebook. So that told me that that market did not have the available funds to buy art. Now, if you go newly engaged, people that are newly engaged usually don't have a ton of money, right? They're just starting out. But what if you went for golf players who they don't mind spending $150, $200, $300, $400 on a new driver, or they don't mind heading onto a $500 a day golfing experience or something like that, right? They just have a lot of disposable income. What about poker players? They don't mind losing a hand and losing $150, $200, right? Guitar lovers, if they're spending, if you're targeting people who are buying $2,000 guitars, they've got disposable income. Wine drinkers, right? You can target people who drink expensive wine, and they don't mind spending $150 on a piece of art. So there's a huge difference there. There's a huge difference between the two. So just keep that in mind. Art is expensive. I got an order, Barry. This was Monday. A lady bought $750 worth of art, and then she made another order like half an hour later for another $150. So she spent like $900, but she is in that market where they have disposable income, okay? A bit of an older market, older demographic, and, customers spend $900 on my website. So there's a huge difference, okay? There's a very big difference there.
Roger, we have people already having light bulb moments here. Suddenly, mistakes that people are making they're understanding it. Mike says the following, wow, now it makes sense why I get 1,000 comments and barely any sales from mums and people with newborns. Mike, if you have just understood Roger's point and the mistake that he made for those first 10 days, you've just solved a major problem with e-commerce right there. Guys, who's starting to get this? I'd love to see the light bulbs going out and going off. Share with us your feelings about this and your understanding of this process. Guys, if you understand that you are meant to be targeting people with disposable income and you only focus on that, you add art with a cute saying that's got an emotional attachment, you are 2/3 of the way there. This is, I hope you guys are getting it, this is gold dust. What you're listening to right now is pure and utter, unadulterated gold dust based on his extensive testing. He spent a lot of money to those 10 days.
It's money thrown in the toilet. I spent, $2,000 or $3,000 there trying, multiple canvases. And they just can't afford it. They just can't afford it. Listen, think about it. If you're a new mom and you're not working, you're maybe on, in Canada we have employment insurance. So, and that's like 50% of your pay. So new moms can't afford $150, $300, spending that kind of money on art. Maybe maybe some can, but I'm just looking at the general population of new moms. So it was a huge aha for me. Once I started to think, okay, where is the money being spent? Who is spending money like crazy? It's kind of crazy to think that you can get people to spend $150 to $300 off of a Facebook ad, but you certainly can. I am telling you, you can.
It's crazy. And guys, and don't forget, you don't want just to make some sales. You want to make crazy amounts of sales. And when we got an emotional attachment, don't forget, most people purchase through emotion. So if you've got that emotional attachment in markets where people got disposable income, it's a joke. It's unbelievable how much money people are willing to spend. All right. So I'd love to get your comments. When you start having light bulb moments, share them with us. All right. Now here's a third huge biggie coming up. This is what's going to complete the pie for you, and this is absolutely huge. And that is an error that Roger made. It was 101 marketing again. And it means going back to basics, and that is positioning. When Roger started out, I want you to understand this, because I need your absolute attention over the next couple of slides. When Roger started out, he was like randomly throwing up art, great art. He then went one step further and started creating art with sayings. Still wasn't getting an absolute breakthrough that he wanted. Why not? Because he wasn't creating a feeling of a person owning that piece of art. I want you to understand this. he wanted, and this is the key to marketing, we want our potential purchaser to feel that they could own that piece of art. All right, I'm just curious, does anyone have an idea? How can you transform a great piece of art with a saying and turn it into something that an audience could feel like they themselves are owning that product? If you get that, you are literally, you've done it. It's bingo time. Tristia has got it. Brian McDade has got it. David Dittler has got it. Anita, our great member, has got it. Bruce has got it. All right, guys. I want you to take a look at the next two pictures. This is Exhibit A. Which one would you more likely purchase? Would it be this picture, or would it be that picture with a bed? Choose a letter. Would you prefer A? Are you more likely to purchase this product, this one, A? Or would you be more likely to purchase B? We've got, Roger, a 99.9999%. Everyone's got this. It's B. Roger, anything you'd like to add to that? This is so important.
I mean, visually, I was making the mistake of just being freaking lazy, and I didn't want to spend more money than I actually had to. But that's when I realized, holy smokes, like 50% of the success of this actually comes from the setting, making people feel like, wow, look what this would look like in my living room, in my bedroom, in my, man cave, in my, in the baby's room. So by creating a visual feel of how the product's going to look like in someone's home, major things happen. And again, it cost me a fortune in design fees, as well as split testing multiple backgrounds and multiple different types of situations. But as you can see, it makes a huge difference, and people really got that. So you guys are getting like a ton of really good stuff here today. Like, this is almost like we're giving you a course. We should be charging for this, but this is all some of the breakthroughs that I had. And again, I'm just kind of reporting this back to you guys as our members. But yeah, some really big things here. One of the things was like split testing multiple backgrounds. Let's look at a test that I did. Maybe go to the next slides, but
yeah,
I want to show you the difference of something like this makes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just make sure people got it. We'll just get into just a second, guys. But I hope you've got this point. Seeing the difference, the positioning. People can see themselves with that canvas on the right-hand side. They can't visualize that in their house, but when they see that picture with the bed, wow, this would look amazing in my bedroom. Right? They can visualize it. And if you know which settings to put that painting on, that canvas on, it's just game over. It is game over. And if you understand that idea, you literally are ready to crush it with canvas. And Roger, what you were saying is that once you were able to put the right backgrounds onto that canvas, suddenly there was your cost went down dramatically.
Yeah. So once I started split testing, and again, design fees were through the roof on this. It cost me thousands of dollars, but I paid a designer per hour to put this on multiple backgrounds to try to find, the backgrounds that really worked the best. And after doing, 30 plus tests and trying different types of backgrounds, let me show you some of the statistics, some of, what happened with our costs and stuff like that. So I tested, different types of background. And to give you an example, this is one test. So background number one, my cost per click, which is high, was $2.79, which is pretty high. My cost per sale on that one was about $138. So I was like breaking even, because I'm losing a little bit of money on that one. I make about $100 a canvas. So I'm losing a bit of money on that one. The next background, which is, again, I tested a different type of background, a different type of setting, and the cost per click there was about $1.43. My cost per sale is about $65, so now we're in profit. Average order value is over $100. And then background number three, which was really the home run, $1.03 cost per click. My cost per conversion went way down to about $38 a conversion, and that's just split testing backgrounds. I'm not doing anything else here, guys. It's just split testing different backgrounds and settings. So as you can see, it made a huge difference.
Right, so you can understand, like, Roger's testing these things now. He's testing 30-odd different types of backgrounds, And then you discovered, Roger, that basically it comes down to, you figured out about 10 backgrounds that are increasing conversions on all the types of canvas art that you're trying to sell. So you managed basically to get rid of 2/3 of all the potential backgrounds you could ever imagine, and you basically took it down to about 10. That you're telling me that every time you're setting one of your products, it's one of those 10 backgrounds that you're choosing. It's a matter of testing them. Obviously, that takes time and energy, money. We're going to resolve that in a second. But that is it, correct?
Yeah, so with a ton of testing, I've broken it down to about 10 backgrounds, and those are the ones that we are using now. It's still, quite expensive to get a designer to put it on every single background and make it look great. But yes, we've broken it down to about 10 high converting backgrounds. Yeah.
Okay, and just to be clear, when you're testing these things out, Roger, you're not spending a lot of money on these things, right? How much in terms of Facebook traffic are you spending when you've got a great design with the emotional writing on it, and then you're throwing it up there? How much are you testing before you start to scale up?
If everything is going my way, like if I've done everything right, I will know within the first $15 to $20 if I've got anything significant. And this is something I teach at our boot camp, and I'll be teaching this live in New York. But it's basically, just really showing people the numbers. So once you spend $15, $20 with a canvas, if you're going after the right type of audience, you've put the right type of canvas in front of them. If your cost per click is low, if your click-through rate is low, if your engagement is low, all these little indicators that I look for can tell me very quickly if it's going to be a home run or if it's going to be a stud.
Guys, who here, just be honest, would be willing to invest $15 to $20 if they knew those backgrounds, had them in their pocket, knew what types of canvas, knew what types of sayings, and would just throw it up there and spend a couple of hours in order to find a home run? Who would do that? Give me a big I in the chat box if you would absolutely do that. Right? I don't think there is a person in the room that would not. Okay, so let's get into the practical stuff of we're going to resolve this for you once and for all. Now, just want to be absolutely clear about this, guys. There was and there is one big issue with all these backgrounds. What are the backgrounds, and how do you test these things without it taking a ridiculous amount of time consumption and money? You'd have to find a designer, or you'd have to be very, very skilled in Photoshop, or you need to find a designer, find the right design, the right backgrounds. There's a lot of time. You'd have to test 30, 40. Roger started with 30. You could end up with 50 to 100 backgrounds until you find ones that actually work. So let's be honest about this, Roger. This is a time-consuming and extremely expensive thing to have to test yourself. So here's something that you need to know about. So Roger spent and got our team involved in this process. We spent a ton of money to create the solution to this. And I'm just going to ask you something, guys. What if you could upload a single image into a secret software that could spit out 10 stunning mock-up designs based on the 10 backgrounds that Roger knows converts better than anything else? So you could go throw that up into Facebook and get record traction on Facebook. So you can literally find out in minutes, bang, which one is getting the best traction, and then you start to scale. Who would absolutely do anything for something like that? Give me a big I in the chat box if that is something you understand the value of. Because if you do understand that, we've now got the 3-step formula. Remember what we've shared with you, the 3 insights, the 3 big mistakes Roger made. 1, don't just go visual. Add some content as well. Add a saying. You're getting emotion. When you have an emotional element, people are much more likely to purchase. 2, make sure that you're going to the right audiences. And number 3 is positioning that art the right way. You have those 3 things, you practically cannot go wrong.
People are saying, where is this for sale? Where is this for sale? Or actually, it's not for sale. That's not what we're doing. We're not doing this here today, but you'll see, you'll be able to put your hands on something like this very quickly, and we have a lot of other great stuff here to go through. But yes, we are currently working on something really powerful for art just because it's so expensive, but we don't have anything for sale right now. Absolutely.
All right, but guys, don't worry, we won't let you down. There's something very, 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 very cute coming up in a few minutes. So guys, yes, we're talking about 10 surefire winning mock-up designs proven to sell for Roger's now done over, it's going to be projected in this month to make $170,000 in sales. He knows what's working, and imagine you could spit this out in seconds. All right, just to let you know, we've got some of our New York attendees. Who here is joining us in New York for our mastermind coming up on May 22 to 24th? Got a couple of members that are joining us here. They're here today. Well, Gina, and yes, William, and my very good friend now, Kevin Jackson. James, of course, can't wait to see you. Mark, can't wait to see you, my friend, all the way from Florida. Well, news for you guys. You're getting this $5,000 bonus just for joining us in New York. So you guys, you're in for an absolute treat. If you're not, spoiler alert. Some members here today will be able to get their hands on this very same game-changing software as a gift. All right, that's coming up in a couple of minutes. So guys, this is it. This literally is it. So guys, let's get back to the Canvas formula. Here it is again. Remember, great image. Number 2, emotional text. Those two together, we call that the product. Plus number 3, the right audience with the right positioning. I mean, you just can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Roger, let me just ask you, very simply, if I was to show you a great image with some emotional text, and obviously we share with everyone in New York, etc., how, what is the right text and what is considered a great image, and you stick that, Roger, in front of the right audience. It's got disposable income. We show people how to do that with the right positioning, with the Canvas art, with the positioning of what you just mentioned. Can you go wrong with this?
You can't. I mean, you've put your best foot forward. Okay, that's always what I want to do when I lean in onto an ad and I start my Facebook ad. So, can you go wrong with this? No. You stack the deck up in your pocket. It's yours. You've got your best foot forward. Now you just look at the data. If the data is great and you start getting good engagement, low cost per click, you let it run. And if it doesn't, you can kill it and launch a new one. So that's what's great about Canvas, is it's quick. You can go quickly.
And I'm saying, Roger, those guys are going to be joining us in New York. Boy, they're in for a treat. They are in for a treat. And more important than a treat, we're going to see some crazy traction in New York. And I can't wait for that, coming up just a couple of weeks' time. All right. Now that Roger's nailed this, and this is based on, I have had extensive conversations with Roger over the years. He does all these crazy things online. I think, Roger, it's fair to say with authority that there is something very unique about this particular niche, with the massive profit margins, where a lady on Saturday just spent $900 out of thin air. Just insane. It's with the right hungry markets, people spending a lot of money. You can practically get Facebook wrong and still make money with this. There's nothing quite like this market. Roger said 30-odd days ago he's going to build a 7-figure business in front of our members' eyes, and he actually started to build this business out in front of our members' eyes in the TV program a few weeks ago, and look at it. It's already getting massive amounts of traction. Roger, share with everyone just a little bit about these price points and how this works, and what are people actually buying?
Yeah, so the size of the art to start with for $69, $69 is 12 by 18, $99 for an 18 by 24, and then $169 for a 30 by 40. So those are the design, those are the sizes that have worked really well, the price points that have worked really well for me as well, and they work well. So if you go to the next slide. So what I do basically, and again, this is a general overview. Those who are in New York, they're going to learn the complete formula. But basically, I start testing ads. And I start throwing a little bit of money, $15 to $20. I set up my statistical data and wait for it to come back. And the ads that are working well, we're doing some duplication, moving up the budgets. And as sales start to come in, we warm up our pixel. Again, there's way too much here for me to start explaining Facebook stuff, but those that are in New York, they get the entire formula. But again, just shows you that you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get this right. It's pretty easy for anyone to just hop on and start testing. So yeah.
Just in brackets, for those of you who are joining us in New York, and I apologize for the 30-second detour, and we've had members join us for previous events and spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to figure out Facebook. And people join us for live events realize that literally with $150, $200, you can test everything that you need to test in order to get a home run. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars, and anyone that's joined us for live events has saved themselves months, if not years, of failure and a ton load of money by being at these events, because we literally force people out of their comfort zones and help them to get traction with Facebook. So guys, just those of you joining us in New York, I just wanted to add that little quick point. So let's just take a step back. And Roger, I'm glad you didn't take a step back in that picture, but let's take a step back for a second. Roger spends like $1.4 million+ in Facebook ads every single during a year on average. He's just gone into a brand new market with no experience and knew in advance that he was going to walk away with another 7-figure business. I don't know anyone else that could do something like that. He's already having $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 days. He's likely to make $150,000 to $175,000 his first month. $50,000 in utter profit after 10 days of failure. That's pretty impressive. How on earth does Roger do it? And how are some of our own members that have joined Roger for our live events and other members that have joined us for other programs, how are they doing it again and again and again? The answer is they know 3 things. Nothing more, nothing less. This is what they know. They know what products to sell. They know how to create the right marketing in their stores. And they know who they're selling to. They know the right audiences. And they are generating home run Facebook traffic to the right audiences. That is it. Those 3 things, if you master those 3 things, know what to sell, who to sell it to, and we've already mentioned the background, the positioning, and you drive traffic to the right audience, it's game over. That's how so many of our members, right at this point, we have so many now of our members that are doing so well. Roger, I'm delighted, for example, Sebastian, are you here right now? I'm not sure Sebastian's here, but he's joining us, Roger, for New York. This is a guy that has taken Roger's formula and has just sold another high 7-figure e-com business. He basically, Roger, takes you don't even do this. When I told you this story, you said, that's a pretty good idea. Maybe I should do something like this. He just takes Roger's formula, builds e-commerce stores, and then sells them for massive profits. The guy is making high 7-figure sales, and then he just goes and builds another business. I mean, Roger, it's just insane. And it's, again, and he says, because the formula is so simple, I just apply it. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, I mean, yes. Once you understand this game, my friends kind of look at this and they don't really understand what I do. What they say, it's cash for life, isn't it? I said, yeah. Once you understand marketing and you understand the principles of how to market and you understand, Facebook, it is cash for life. We make money as we sleep. We wake up, $2,000-$3,000 in sales already. It's a great feeling. So it's just I want to share that, and that's what I do at these live events in New York. Is just I try to just give everything I've got, and that's what we do.
We have a lot of guys that are now doing well, having breakthroughs, and I'm delighted, Roger, and I know you're delighted that a lot of our hard work is really paying off. Guys, who here, and this is again just a segment of our members, who here can say that they are making sales right now in e-commerce thanks to Roger, thanks to stuff they have learned from us, whether it's at a live event or through formulas that we've shared? Who here is making money right now in e-commerce? So we got here John Cohen. John Cohen, Roger, he was with us in Miami. He's doing extremely well. We've got Kevin Jackson. I am. Jessica Super Confident is new to us. Rob Edery is, again, a guy that joined us at our last event, is making money with e-commerce from complete and utter scratch. We got so many people. Roger, can you see the screen right now? This is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Pat O'Brien, it says that he is. Kerry says that we are. Esh is saying that I can't, it's just so many people here. Guys, this stuff is working. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. I want to ask a very simple question if you're not. Let me ask a very simple question. If we could force you to execute in lifetime these 3 powerful steps that we just shared with you and helped you out of your comfort zone. So you had the right products, you knew who to sell it to in the right market, you had your Facebook traffic up and running in front of us, in front of our eyes, would that make a difference to you? If we could force you to execute, not just tell you what to do, but force you to execute it, would that make a difference? I just want to see, if just be honest, would that make a difference? I was going to wait here for 10 seconds. Would that make a difference? I'm not talking about just sharing with you what to do. I'm talking about forcing you over the finish line. This is, I think, Roger, our new expertise is helping people out of their comfort zones. And I know this, I can be honest with you. We have a group of members that just listen to us, apply, and are making a lot of money. We have other members that, for whatever reason, need a little bit more hand-holding, need to leave their comfort zones, need to leave their lack of security, of comfort, in order to be able to get over to the other side. I recognize that as a major problem. So let's start to resolve it, guys. And we're going to resolve it once and for all right now, right here. What can be holding you back? Because Roger's formula is not complicated. There's nothing we've shared with you today that's rocket science. It does require a commitment to the process. So why is it that some people are not succeeding to the degree that they should? Number one, a lack of accountability, right? We know that to be an entrepreneurial curse, that people are cutting corners, people are not applying appropriately, people perhaps get stuck with silly things and then they let the situation overcome them and overwhelm them, and they're not accountable to getting work done. As a result, they're not getting traction. Number two, a lack of confidence. And when you don't have confidence, whenever you have a roadblock, you end up getting stuck for no particular reason. You get entrepreneurial paralysis, you start joining all kinds of things, and you lose all kinds of focus. And then you just sort of get this self-fulfilling prophecy of failure, and you just sort of like presume you're always going to fail, and that's just where it's going to end. That's the second problem. Number three, lack of a system. Some people just don't know what to do. One, tell me in 5 steps, tell me what to do. How do I find great product? By the way, we reverse engineer that process. We don't find product, we know what's good product. Set up your store, we don't guess our way. That is so simple now. You turn your store into a sales machine. Number three, Facebook. You need to get down into the trenches and do it. A lot of our members that join us for live events obviously have had tremendous success with that. I'm sure you'd agree if Roger was there with you, it would make a difference. So a lot of our members, I know, suffer from confidence, accountability, a lack of knowledge to overcome their issues, and no wonder why some of them are failing. Guys, which one of those issues underlines your biggest problem? Is it a lack of confidence? Is it a lack of accountability? Is it a lack of a system? What is it? Write it down in one word if you can. I'm going to wait for 20 seconds for your response. Is this important to me? Okay, accountability, no system, money, focus, accountability, focus, money, focus, personal situations. Okay, by the way, anyone's got a personal situation, that again is, it all comes back to the same thing, is getting the focus to do what you need to do to be successful. We all have challenges in life. Some of us have a job. Some of us have a personal issue. Some of us, whatever it may be, every single one of them is surmountable. I was $150,000 in debt when I built this business. I started from scratch. I had to find an investor in order to save my house, in order to go and learn from a legend, Jade Levinson, in order for me to get my breakthrough. I had a problem. There was a lack of funds. I overcame it by coming up with a solution to that problem. But the guys, is keeping an eye on the target. And a target here is very simple. It's not difficult to create this business. And once you get this set up, you're ready for the rest of your life. So here's the thing. Here's your checklist. You do need dedication and commitment to a process, which isn't difficult. You mustn't overthink. People that are over-intelligent sometimes get stuck. You do need to leave your comfort zone and do things that you may not have done before. You probably want a sense of community around you to keep you in tune, not just for the short, but medium and long term. You want hand-holding to get you out of trouble and force you through those difficult moments. And you want to hang out with successful people so that you can go through and be part of a very successful group. Listen, Roger hangs around 7- and 8-figure Facebook marketers. I hang around people with, together with Roger, 7- and 8-figure and 9-figure marketers. That's who I hang around. Obviously, if those are the people I hang around, I'm going to get a lot of benefit from the friends that I hang around. Guys, let's just talk frankly for a moment. And I'm going to just open this up. And I hope we have a saying, what comes from the heart hopefully enters the heart. So I hope you don't mind. Do you mind if I just speak frankly with you guys just for 1 minute? Just give me a big frank in a moment and a commitment that you don't mind me just speaking out and just being very frank about our relationship with you, our deepest regret, our deepest frustration rather, and how we think we can overcome this together. Okay? Let's talk frankly. Here's our biggest frustration that we have, and just being absolutely honest about this. We know that we can help our dedicated members when we spend time with them and force them through their comfort zones. We know we can do it because we've done it now 4 times. Every event has got better at this point. We've perfected that process. I mean, would you guys agree with us if you had the opportunity to be with us for 3 days? If we could hold your hand, force you through your comfort zone, force you to set up every step of this process, including Facebook traffic, and we have members who show up for these events making sales at the event itself. We have people showing up at the event already making sales before the event because of the pre-event training. It's that powerful. Who would agree that that is something that would change their lives? If you could just, instead of waiting 7, 10, 12, 20 months and wasting tens of thousands of dollars, if you could just get it done, let's imagine that the investment was not an issue. Who would agree that that would be a game changer? And Roger, I can see here there's about 800 people saying yes. All right, now you're going to see our frustration. The fact is that we have a lot of applicants that want to come to these events. We turn most of them away because I want to be honest with you. There's an investment to come to an event. It's a lot less than any other event that I know of this, and there's nothing compares to what we do, in my opinion. And it's less than anything else for people that are selling stuff for a lot more. However, there's still an investment. And we will never take someone into an event like this that we felt that this would put them under pressure, because there's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. However, this does cause a problem. Now, we had a breakthrough in San Diego. Our original events were $20,000. They were expensive. That was a big investment to make. A lot of people came away from that with incredible results, but it was a big investment. And what we did was that we brought the price down considerably for San Diego. That opened up the opportunities to a new breed of our members, and the results there were just outstanding. That's where John and Glenn made the $100,000 in their first 30 days. That's where a lot of our members got traction, people that otherwise would never have been able to join us for those original Las Vegas events. But still, we still have a problem, because getting to an event may be the very best investment any of our members that are serious about this would ever make. But we know that we can help members to get through their comfort zones and to make breakthroughs. But for some members, they can't make even a small investment to come to a live event, or we would not be comfortable with them joining because of their situation. Some just can't travel to a live event for whatever reason. And some need to get results before they can actually join a live event. We have a couple of people desperately want to be, for example, in New York, but their spouse, it's just inappropriate until they can show they've got some sort of traction. Guys, am I speaking to any of you? Anyone here, give me a big me in the chat box. If I'm speaking to you, of someone that would just love to be at one of these events, but for one of these reasons, you just want to be there. But for one of these reasons, maybe for more than one of those reasons, it's just a little bit beyond you. Yes, there's an investment. Yes, you know this would change everything. But if only there's a way that I could be there and make this happen without the investment, so etc. I can see it speaking to a lot of you. So the question we've been asking ourselves is, what can we do about this? What can Roger and I do about this? And then we had a eureka moment. And this eureka moment is about to change the lives of yet another bunch of our members. What if we were to invest in you so that you could join us for a future event from profits? Not from investment, but from profits. What if we could help you get traction before a live in-person event, before a boot camp? Would that make a difference to you? You know, we may just stop this training right now if I'm completely misreading our members, Roger. Would that make a difference to you? I see people going absolutely berserk here. All right, so we're doing something insane. For a small group of our members, we're going to be opening up the VIP live stream of our New York event coming up on May 22 to 24th. and we're going to do a lot of crazy things to make sure that this is a breakthrough that's going to allow you to make profits so you can come to an event whenever you want out of the lot of profits. We're not just going to have dedicated live support from Roger, myself, and Mike for the virtual group as well. We're going to be treating you as VIPs who are about to come to a live event from Mass Profits. We're going to force you to leave your comfort zones so you can crush this canvas niche, help you find winning products in other niches so you're not just a one-trick pony, you've got many other niches that you could go into. We're going to set up your sales machine with you. We're going to be sitting on top of you virtually and setting up and helping you set up your traffic and making sure you're doing it right in live time at this live stream event and making sure that you are firing away so that you can join us for this next event that we do after New York from Profits. Money will not be a reason for you not to join an event, full stop. It will not be a reason. That is the goal of what we're about to do. And here's what we're going to do just to make this, to show you that we're investing in you and make this really very, very special for you guys. Number one, here's what we're going to do. Your investment today that you're going to make will serve as a down payment for the next event. So you're actually going to be getting the streaming on the house. So you basically, you won't have to make an investment for a live stream and then make another same 100% investment for a live event. It will serve as a down payment when you're ready to join us for a live event. It's for 30 members only. Plus, listen to this. If you join us on this webinar today, you'll get access to Roger's insane Canvas Mockup to Profit software. This is exclusive for our New York live attendees. If you join us today, you're going to get access to that software as well as a gift. As we go live, it's going to allow you to create 10 stunning mockups using Roger's favorite settings with just a few clicks of the mouse. It's going to save you a ton of time, designer fees, and get you firing up like crazy. Plus, I want you to understand, this is not a recording of an event. This is not a live stream, rather, of an event. It's a boot camp. And I want you to understand why this is different from anything else you've ever experienced online. An event, the speakers are center of attention. A boot camp, you're the center of attention. It's your success that's the center of attention. Success in an event is determined by quality of content, whilst at a boot camp, success is only determined by you walking away with your business set up and fired up and set up to make money. In an event, you sit there passively, maybe taking notes. In a boot camp, we force you through your comfort zone. At an event, it starts and ends with the content of the boot camp. You have pre, live, and post aftercare sessions so that you're fired up in all directions. Events traditionally have large groups. Boot camps are for small, intimate groups. An event, there are network opportunities. In a boot camp, there are partnering opportunities with people just like you. An event, little success ever comes out of them. At boot camps, in our experience, there's a ton of success that comes out of them because it's so, you are literally taking action in front of our eyes. If you've had problems with accountability, it's resolved because we're going to force you through your comfort zone, set up your business in front of us virtually. There's going to be pre-event training. And we have John, Glenn, and others who made money before they even showed up at a live event or a live stream. You got the event training and post-event aftercare sessions as well. Pronto confidence, forget it. The key is getting sales, and the key to sales is traction, getting and taking action. We're going to force you through that process. Lack of a plan, you can forget about that issue being anywhere in your mind anytime soon. You're going to walk away with your business set up, in place, every step of the plan. You're going to start be executing in front of our eyes. Listen, and Roger, you can just share this just briefly. This business has done a lot for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, I could say that this business turned me into. I know it's weird to say, but into a millionaire. It absolutely has. It allows us to live a life that we only dream of. My wife and myself, and my family and my children. We just bought a brand new home. We kept our other home and rented it out just because we could instead of selling it. We didn't want to sell. We travel every 2 months. We enjoy life. It's great. I mean, this business has absolutely changed my life. Absolutely.
And I mean, you are certainly a guy that likes his free time. You're working, what, on average, like an hour a day doing this, and you're able to take a lot of time out, spend time with your family, right?
Yeah, this is us at the RV, which is coming up soon, RV season, which is going to be fun. So we just bought a brand new RV for the kids. It's my wife and I on vacation, my beautiful family. My wife and I just came back from Jamaica as well, which was a fun time. This was us, I think, in the Dominican Republic on the left. So yeah, I mean, this business allows us to travel, to enjoy life, to make a lot of money, and just, we're grateful for it. We are, absolutely.
Guys, now it's your turn. Okay, we're talking about an investment, a small investment now that anyone can jump on, and it's going to prepare you for the ultimate experience of being with us live at an event from profit. Guys, just to be very brief, what we're going to go through on day one of this 3-day event, we're going to share with you the hot product selection masters workshop. We're going to show you how to find exactly what products to sell in the canvas niche and other niches, and show you which niches to go into. We're going to show you how to go into the right markets, how to spy on what's already selling. We're going to reverse engineer the entire process. You'll get access to Roger's top sources for products and drop shipping. You'll discover Roger's emotional wow factor combination indicators, everything you need for products. And this is just so powerful. People walk out of these, allowing you to become a master at product and niche selection. And when it comes to canvas, this is so easy compared to anything else. It's going to be wild. New York is going to be crazy. We share with you in day 2 the Shopify funnel and the sales build out, and show you how to make or break. This is going to either make or break your business. It's going to share with you exactly how to set up your funnels, how Roger's built his multi-million-dollar funnels, his proven themes. We're going to give away the next version, the updated version of our sales machine. So it's literally just plug and play, and you'll be able to stand. Roger will be there making sure that everything is set up the right way. We're going to share with you Roger's going to share with you his upsell system as well, his email sequences, and build a store in front of you, so you'll be able to absolutely crush this, to start selling and succeeding at the event. No one is going to be left behind. Already in the middle of day 2 and day 3, we're going to be sharing with you Facebook ads made simple. We're going to force you through your comfort zone and help you through a process. Roger spent over $1 million in the last. Roger, what's the time frame of this? Roger?
Yeah, this is about 1 year or so. So this is about 1 year. This is one of the stores that I own. So turned $1 million into $1 million Canadian into $3 million US, which is worth a lot more money today. So yeah, this just goes to show that you can turn $1 into 3 or $1 million into 3.
Absolutely insane, absolutely wonderful. So Roger's going to share and force you through the ads system, and it's going to help you through the process. So we're also going to share with you exactly how Roger fires up his ads and how he does it. You're going to be doing it in live time on virtual with us. It's just because you're on virtual doesn't mean to say we're going to be soft on you. We're going to be tough on you. And you're going to get his exact formula for powerful Facebook ads, the entire process, and we're going to be there on live support throughout the process. Any of you that were part of the TEB program last month and went through 2 days with us, imagine where you have that together with live support with Roger, Mike, myself. It's going to be so powerful. And you're going to leave there with your ads fully set up, ready to go. As I said to you, we've had at our live event and people on stream making sales at the event itself. You'll be learning how to test products the right way without spending lots of money, spending $10, $15 at a test, how to analyze the most vital part of Facebook's data, give you almost unfair advantage. And it really is. It's simple, it's working for him, and it's working for many of our other members. So we invite you right now, guys, we've got limited spots, as you can imagine. You're going to get access, and this is the first time we're going to give you access to pre-event training. Together, you'll be getting the same training that our New York attendees are getting, and it's going to put you on the same playing field so that you're set up for success. We've had streamers and people that showed up for live events that started making sales just from the pre-event training. There's accountability inside that pre-training, the pre-event training. It is so powerful, and it just gets you set up for the 3-day event. You're getting access, obviously, to the live stream of the boot camp, where we're going to force you through your comfort zones, whether you're there in person or you're going to be there live online. You've got aftercare sessions, plus a insane group of bonuses. And this is, we've got a bunch of people, by the way, that joined us for stream in Miami, joined us for stream, and are coming to join us live in person now because they are starting to make profits. So here are the bonuses. Number one, you'll be getting access to the event replays. They'll be available 2 weeks after the event. We've got a videographer making sure that they look absolutely stunning. That's worth a fortune. You're getting access to aftercare coaching sessions, making sure that you're on track to succeed. That's got a huge value, $10,000. Plus number three, we've got a fast start Zoom session lined up for you to get ready for New York. It's going to help you to get up fast and furious, even if you're completely new to this. And some members as well from that will be getting a consult as well. Plus on this webinar, only on this webinar, Roger at the event is going to provide you with his Canvas Markup to Profit software as if you were joining us live at the New York event. This is on this webinar only, so you need to be ready. We've only got a few spots for that. This is probably the craziest excuse me, deal that we have ever made, because you're getting the pre-event and virtual mastermind, after-event coaching, event recordings, Canvas Markup to Profit software, plus $14.97 will be waived for the next live event from profits that you'll be making, plus live Zoom fast start training, hot seats, and some members will be getting consults for those as well. It's insane. It's almost a $24,000 value, plus it helps you get traction and set you up for the next step as well. We literally have opened the door for anyone that wants to crush us. Guys, there are two options in front of you. You can go gold and get access to the live event, streaming event of New York for just $997. Or you can go platinum, and for $14.97, you're not only getting the virtual event, you're getting the pre-event training, the aftercare sessions, event recordings, $14.97 waived for the live event, plus Zoom fast start training, plus the Canvas Markup to Profit software worth $3,000 alone. It literally is not available and will not be available elsewhere other than for people that are joining us in New York, or, and this is a one-off, are available who are joining us for the live stream. This will go fast. A lot of those things are just for the first 30 people. The event recordings, the waiver for the live event, $14.97 off, is only available to the first 30. Guys, this will go fast. We've got literally 880 people here. Guys, this is the link. Here we go. It's nyprofits.com. NY for New York. nyprofits.com. Head over there right now.